Alexion's still alive. Thank you for the $5 both. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's true. There's really, like, you don't always have to acknowledge sexual harassment claims against you. Apparently, Nostalgia Critic never acknowledged any sexual abuse or harassment that he was alleged to have done. I have never watched a Nostalgia Critic video. The only thing that I've watched was a, what is it, Folding Ideas video on Nostalgia Critic's video on the wall. And wow, it did not paint a particularly flattering picture of that man. Watch the Sarah Zed one? I can. I have to watch that Sarah Zed video on shipping. I like Sarah Zed videos a lot, which is a shame because I'm sure she would dislike me, and I say that every time I bring her up, but it's a feeling that I believe very wholeheartedly. But man, do I like her videos on the just absolute degenerate shit pits that are Tumblr culture. Man, I used to spend some time on that website, and oh my god. Oh my god. Vaush, she used your Medium article as a citation on Tumblr? Wait. What? What Medium article? The one that I did on the dog pill? I only did one Medium article, and it was on white women fucking dogs. Where was that cited? You guys don't know about the dog pill article? Look, if you Google dog pill, it is literally the first thing that comes up. I actually got on top of that. I photoshopped this myself. Why do you hate good optics so bad? This was very funny to type. How many likes do we have? Oh, my email. Ooh, 2.6 thousand claps. That's a lot of claps. Can you read it? Yeah, it's not actually that objectionable. Do you guys want me to read it real quick? Do a voice? I can't do a voice. Here, I'll read it quick. It's a short read, okay? Anyone even passingly familiar with the geography of online political communities has probably heard of the red pill, a term which refers at once to a community, an ideology, and an epiphanous realization. To take the red pill, or to be red-pilled, is to accept a particular worldview, and that worldview is this. God, I'm such a pretentious writer. That women are fundamentally unlike men, that they are weaker and stupider and more cowardly and more easily manipulated, and that society has been constructed in such a way as to mask these deficiencies and disadvantage men. Furthermore, the appropriate, red-pilled, response to this state of affairs is to abandon the dogma of gender equality, accept that the pursuit of validation of women who cannot love is a sign of weakness, and emotionally exploit women to maximize your personal satisfaction. At least that's what the red pill used to mean. Its original meaning has diluted with time. These days, every demagogue with a YouTube account and a Patreon is selling you their own red pill. That's including me. The red pill is a reference to the Matrix. It was the thing Neo had to consume before he could be taught the true nature of his broken world. Note that the following scenes, the one in which Neo learns he is trapped in a computer simulated programmed by robots to enslave the human race, spoilers I guess, were not ones in which Neo adopted a new ideology. His values did not change, there wasn't a debate, he was simply discovering the world's true nature. That's how the red pill is packaged. It's not an ideology, which can be challenged, picked apart, and easily here dismissed, but as an acceptance of the world's true nature. Therefore, criticizing the red pill is tantamount to admitting you live in a state of deliberate ignorance. They have a term for this, and it's called taking the blue pill. That's also a Matrix reference. The connotations are obvious. If you're blue-pilled, you're not really in a disagreement, you're just asleep. You chose comfortable ignorance. You're not just wrong, you're not even emotionally strong enough to understand the position you're trying to argue against. You can't handle the truth, essentially. I actually think this is a pretty salient and concise explanation of the rhetorical tactic here, where it's not about disagreeing over ideology, it's just about framing it as whether or not you're willing to accept the reality. It's a wonderfully cultish way of insulating yourself and your ideological peers from having to challenge your own beliefs. It's effective too, which is why the pill terminology has grown so popular online. I've seen people claim they're red-pilled because they don't believe in climate change, because they believe Jews are working together to build a new world order, because they voted for Donald Trump in 2016, because they don't believe the official 9/11 narrative, because they don't trust the Federal Reserve, because they don't buy gluten-free products, because they're vegan. I've seen the term invoked by high schoolers and octogenarians. It's usually conspiratorial and usually right-wing, but not always. Let's not even speak of its bastard stepchildren. The pink pill, the iron pill, the white pill, the black pill, and so on. Go Google them if you want. There's one pill, though, and a rather obscure one at that, which I've seen gain some popularity in incel circles online. Incel is a portmanteau for involuntarily celibate, and the community purports to be an advocacy and support space for people who are unable to find a romantic or sexual partner. Plenty of wild stuff comes from the myriad incel communities, from near comic levels of misogyny to suicidal ideation bordering on that of a death cult, but this one might just take the cake. The dog pill. Now stay with me on this one. To take the dog pill, to be dog pilled, is to accept the immutable and inarguable fact that women are so lascivious they will often sleep with large dogs, in part because doing so is preferable to having sex with low-value men, the aforementioned incels. Women do this, it seems, because their debauched need to be dominated by strong males is so base that it extends across taxonomic lines. To take the dog pill is to accept that at this very moment, the girl you like, the girl you would treat perfectly if she'd only give you a chance, is right now with roughly equal likelihood either bedded by a muscular frat boy or an equally muscular but somewhat less intelligent mutt. That is the dog pill. That is what it means to take it. I know its tenets are extremely convincing, but control yourself and resist the temptation to take the dog pill until you have at the very least finished reading this article. Now, many people who claim to be dog-pilled make that claim ironically. It's a deeply silly worldview. It's not surprising many of its advocates would just be trying to get a rise out of people. But not all of them are. Irony, ooh, I like this one. Irony does not preclude sincere belief, after all, nor does trying to get a rise out of people. Who among us has not at some point believed deeply in something we knew we would be judged for, and so only expressed our belief through a veil of irony? Don't you lie to me. Let us consider the dog pill, then, with the sincerity many of its proponents must certainly speak with. It's easy to imagine this worldview is conceived as a masturbatory fantasy first and a coherent ideology second. I've seen the incel forum threads where lonely and dispossessed moan they'll never be able to receive the female attention your average dog would at a park or house party. The commenters type more fervently, posting pictures of women, usually young, white, and conventionally attractive, smiling near dogs. The vitriol escalates. They begin to describe in detail what they imagine those girls must be doing with their dogs when the cameras aren't on. Acts which are, at time of writing, illegal in 46 states. The eroticism and hatred reach a fever pitch as some enterprising commenters begin posting actual zoophilia, and if you've ever been on the incel.me boards, then yeah, they're about this degenerate. The photographic evidence of which only reinforces their belief that these carnal acts must be something almost every single woman engages in, and frequently too. Eventually, the come down kicks in, the eroticism dies. It's just misogyny now, and the bemoaned musings of people desperately longing for the physical affection dogs must get without even trying. I mean, who hasn't wanted to be a dog? And that's true. We've all wanted to be a dog at some point. Look at how happy they are. Funny as this all is, and it really is hysterical, it does fundamentally stem from a deeply depressing state of affairs. There are people online so committed to telling stories of their own undesirability that they will convince themselves they are less sexually desirable to women than dogs. And while I cannot deny there are some fabulously cute dogs out there and some very amorous women, it remains my opinion that, if given the chance, most women would be much rather sleep with a sexually undesirable man than they would a dog. I am blue-pilled on the dog pill, and I await with great eagerness the next absurd theory sad men on the internet develop to explain why they're not having as much sex as they would like to be having. There. I feel like that was basically an equal to anything Chomsky ever wrote. Read the comments? Oh, I don't know. Cucked by dogs, monk S. Yes, I knew it all along. Vaush, I simply do not feel as though you have adequately dismantled any arguments involved on rational or empirical grounds. I don't see any data or statistics here. I think this is a joke. Vaush is based in dog-pilled. As a zoophile, I need to admit this dog pill has some appeal to me, lol. Jesus Christ, I haven't checked this in a while. Pill me up, daddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then from 17 days ago, your writing is pretty good. Hope you post more shit like this, dog. Yeah, I should write more Medium articles. This should have been published in the Times. Goddamn right. Oh, here we go. Is this, Sarah Z? This is literally an incel meme. This is based about an entire incel conspiracy theory about women in general. And then they cite my paragraph here. Do you think they knew it was me? Like, they could have just Googled the dog pill and found a Medium article and then screenshotted this. There's no acknowledgement. There's no guarantee at all they knew that I wrote this. This is hilarious. Isn't your profile pic in the article? Who looks at profile pics? Okay, can we finish reading donos now that we've had our brief departure from reality?